Friday morning, weekly weigh-in time. Very, very clean week. Excellent, excellent week. I'm not even gonna call it an indiscretion. The only time I really went off my diet, literally since I weighed in last week, was I had a fight party on Saturday for the David Benavidez versus Zurdo Ramirez fight. I definitely went to town on some pizza. Literally outside of that, no, and not a single indiscretion. None of the vegan cheese sticks. None of the protein bars. Like really, really good week. I did drink diet soda though. I've got to call myself out on that. I had diet soda on Sunday. I went to a buffet on Sunday with my family, and I just had eggs, chicken breast, and greens. I just had a vegetable. I had a salad with vinaigrette, and there was some kind of steamed vegetable. I didn't have any of the junk. They had a waffle station. I didn't touch that. I did have a couple of little desserts that I will say. They had these, little bites. I maybe had like 4 or 5 of them. I did not do my 40-hour fast this week. I've decided to move away from that because I just don't think it's good for my body. I feel terrible when I'm like trying to do 2-a-days at the same time I'm doing a 40-hour fast. Like I feel so depleted. I feel so weak. I just feel like I either need to do either or, and I'm trying to ramp up for a marathon, and I just really have fallen in love with lifting again. I've run 4 times in the last week. I did 4 miles yesterday. I'm gonna do my long run on Sunday. I'm gonna do speed day tomorrow for the first time. I'm gonna do a tempo day. Nothing crazy because I've been running 15-minute miles. I'm gonna push for like 11, 12-minute miles for 30 minutes. But I really want to push to run 4 to 5 days a week and lift 4 to 5 days a week. And it's just really hard to do that with the 40-hour fast. So I did one. I'm doing a 24-hour fast. So I had one meal yesterday. But again, got up yesterday at 4:45, and I was out on the street by 5:45. I ran 4 miles, very hilly route. It's my old route that I always used to run. Where I run down this really steep hill on Bright Sea Road, and there's some really steep ones on that route. And then I did an hour lifting session yesterday. Like I've really been going ape shit with the working out. It's been very therapeutic for me during this period. So I've just decided to go back to 2 24-hour fasts a week. And I'm gonna push in terms of running and lifting, and I'm just really gonna focus on eating clean. So that being said, let's see what my weight is. But regardless of what this is, I had an outstanding week. I've lifted 5 times and I've run 4 times in the last week. Very, very clean week in terms of eating. Okay, so we'll see where I'm coming in at. Just got off the scale. So I'm basically flat to 2 weeks ago. Down 2.5 pounds. I'll take that. I was not happy last week. Yeah. I really want to start getting some separation from the mid 270s. I'm just gonna stay consistent, and I'm just really gonna focus on eating clean. I had a clean weekend. I'm really gonna push to have a clean weekend this weekend. But basically flat to 2 weeks ago. I was up 2.5 pounds last week. I'm down 2.4, so I'm basically flat to 2 weeks ago. So all in all, a good week. I've really been stuck in this plateau since pretty much the last 5-6 weeks. Let me not say that. Because when I went to New York for Easter, I went up and I was like 285. So let me not say that because it's not like I've just been in this range. But last week was definitely surprising. I did my 240-hour fast, but I thought to myself, I was doing great when I was doing the 3 24-hour fasts a week, and I wasn't working out and running nearly as much as I have been. I was more probably lifting 3 days a week, running 2 to 3 days a week. I've really ramped up the running and lifting. If anyone's interested, you can follow me on Strava You can see all the activity and the effort. I'm just going to keep pushing ahead. I really need to start picking it up in terms of my running again. I've really dropped off, and maybe that's why the weight loss has slowed since my race. I really, I've been running consistently, but I haven't been doing my long runs. That's one thing I will say. And so I'm planning to go out Sunday for probably 10. I did a 10K last week, which felt great. 4 miles yesterday, didn't even feel remotely tired. So, but I really got to pick it up. I'm actually going to be doing a training group for the marathon this fall on the Prince George's County Running Club. I actually trained with them for the Baltimore Marathon that I ran in 2019. I need some support. I need some accountability. So I'm going to do my long runs with them. So I need to ramp up, and I want to be comfortable doing 10 miles. That starts in 3 weeks. It's the weekend after Memorial Day. It's the last Sunday in May where it starts. So just need to be consistent. I really want to finish this marathon, and I want to do well. So just need to be more structured with my running. I'm going to have my hill day on Thursdays. I'm going to just do Tuesday is just 30 minutes zone 2 before work. Sunday, my long runs zone 2, and then I'm going to do speed day on Saturdays, and that'll be a hard lifting day as well. But I'm just going to do my speed day is just going to be 30 minutes. So and when my fitness gets a little better, I'll start running on Wednesdays as well. But don't want to push it too much. My brother, I spoke to him this week, and he's like, we're older, man. We can't do it like we did when we was 20. Just be careful with your body. So, I'm gonna stick to 4 days of running, and probably in the next month or two, I'll push to get to 5 days. But need to start getting that aerobic base up. I'm running so slow. I feel like I damn near have unlimited endurance, but I'm running 14, 15-minute miles. I didn't expect to be running this slow in May when I started running back in January. That's quite surprising and disappointing, but just got to pick it up. Got to start doing my speed day and being consistent, and just continue to ramp up with the miles. So that being said, I really want to come in under 275 next week. So really going to push to have a clean weekend. And like I said, I'm just going to stick to the 2 24-hour fasts, and I'm going to stick to 4 runs and 5 lifts. So that's an increase from what I was doing in the first quarter. And just be a little more patient with this, but focus really on pushing the junk out, pushing out the processed stuff. Doesn't matter if it's vegan. I'm gonna stick to the whole food. So good week. I'll be back at it for Reed Fitness on a Friday. Signing off.